Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the City of Fort Lauderdale State of the City 2025. Please welcome your charter officers. City Manager Raquel Williams. Interim City Attorney D. Wayne Spence. City Auditor Patrick Riley. And City Clerk David Solomon. Please welcome our Fort Lauderdale City Commission. Representing District 1, Vice Mayor John Herbst. Representing District 2, Commissioner Stephen Glassman. Representing District 3, Commissioner Pamela Beasley Pittman. And representing District 4, Commissioner Ben Sorensen.
Fort Lauderdale, the city you never want to leave. A place where our neighborhoods thrive, our businesses grow, and our families flourish. Together, we're building a bigger, brighter future. A future powered by innovation, driven by community, and inspired by possibility. This is our city, always moving forward.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, our Mayor, Dean Trantalis.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 2025 State of the City address. I'd ask you all to please rise so we can now have the presentation of colors. Fort Lauderdale Police Department Honor Guard. So please remain standing, and I'd like to invite Zakai Renault from Dillard High School, who's going to sing our national anthem. Zakai.
So proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
Absolutely amazing. Zakai Renault from Dillard High School. Thank you so much. Honor Guard, you may now be dismissed. I would now like to invite Marsha Weinstein, who's the spiritual leader of the congregation Es Chaim. Please come to the stage to provide our invocation.
Good evening. As Mayor Trantalis said, my name is Marsha Weinstein. I'm the spiritual leader of Congregation Es Chaim in Wilton Manors, Florida. Shout out. My parents moved to Broward County in 1969 when I was 3 years old. So I grew up in and around this beautiful city. Everything my family needed was right here in Fort Lauderdale. There wasn't a whole lot out in Plantation back then, so everything we needed was here. I even performed on this stage the summer before I met my husband, in the summer of 1990, in the Fort Lauderdale Players production of Sweeney Todd. I spent my youth at Holiday Park, danced in recitals at the War Memorial Auditorium, and even drove up and down the beach during spring break when I was in college. Spring break that this city hosted for many, many years. Fort Lauderdale is part of who I am, and I've taken it with me throughout my life. I ask you to pray with me. God, on behalf of the leadership of the city of Fort Lauderdale and all who are gathered here with me today, I ask for your abundant blessings and for life and health, for community and friendship, for the ability to work together in harmony, and for the public good of all our citizens, as we are all created B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. We pray that you guide our leaders, God, as they perform their duties, and that you share with them your grace and your light. Mayor Trantalis and the rest of your team and the county commissioners and all the people who work for this great city, I pray that the work of your mind, your heart, and your hands on behalf of our city is blessed and governed by wisdom, empathy, and compassion. As together we say, Amen. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much, Marsha. Please be seated. So we welcome back everybody to this wonderful place we call the Parker. This is such a historic and majestic theater, a real gem for our community that we've long treasured. It's my honor today, once again, to be joined by my colleagues on the City Commission and our charter officers. Unfortunately, Commissioner Beasley Pittman could not attend tonight. She had an unfortunate family emergency. She texted me just a few moments ago, so we wish her well and wish her family well. But it's with this commission and my charter officers that we are able to accomplish what you're about to see tonight. So, you know what? Let's give them all a round of applause for the great work that they do. And I especially want to point out our new city manager, Raquel Williams. Not so new anymore, right? No. Stand up. Come on. Thank you. She joined us as city sometime in the early spring, and she's been with us about 7 months. And let me tell you something. She brought it home. A budget this year that is going to provide the great services, the great opportunities that we as a community have. And let me tell you, she did it 19 years in a row. No rise in our millage rate. So, yeah, thank you. Just to take a moment, I'd like to recognize our former mayor of Fort Lauderdale, Jack Seiler, is here in the front row. Jack, please stand and be acknowledged. My former colleagues on the commission, Romney Rogers, and I see Warren Sturman there too. Please stand up. Thank you. You know, we come at a time when it is important for us to look around and say, wow, this community has really been transformed. Many of us can remember when Flagler Village was all but a ghost town. Las Olas Boulevard basically closed up shop for the summer, and the beach was gone to budget hotels catering to college kids in search of sun and beer. Oh, the good old days, right, Jack? But times are changing, and we are in the midst of a great renaissance, one of the most remarkable transformations to occur in any city. Fort Lauderdale is steeply emboldened onto the world stage as people and businesses take note of this extraordinary rebirth. We have long been the innate wealth of our beautiful beaches, our pristine waterways, and our tropical climate. But we have been creating a mix of arts, culture, entertainment, recreational, culinary, employment, and housing options that is truly amazing. It is all built atop a rapidly modernizing infrastructure, a solid commitment to public safety, and a community spirit second to none. Who would have thought a decade ago that Forbes magazine would feature Fort Lauderdale with the headline, "Florida's spring break capital is now the newest luxury real estate and financial hotspot in America," right? Even the Wall Street Journal said, wait, Fort Lauderdale, cool? Question mark? Right. The world is finally acknowledging us for who we are. So, or even a national study that ranks Fort Lauderdale as one of the best places to live in the nation. It's amazing, it's incredible, but it's based on the fact that the people of our community come together and make this happen. So we're not just living through a renaissance, we have created a destiny. Fort Lauderdale has come of age. What is transpiring downtown is a central part of the story. In just a few short years, more than $10 billion in investment has reshaped our city's core. Downtown has been redefined with new residential towers, modern offices, award-winning restaurants, and vibrant public spaces. So while other cities are watching families leave the downtowns, ours are moving in. Since 2018, downtown has witnessed an 83% growth in families with kids. Children under 14 are now the fastest growing age group in our urban core. 1 in 3 families who's moved here last year chose downtown. Why? Because this is a place where you can raise your kids, walk to a park, grab dinner on Las Olas, and feel like you're part of a neighborhood. Fort Lauderdale has become a rarity, a city center that works for families. Yes, families are moving downtown. And it's not just residents, it's visitors. 6 years ago, only 7% of overnight guests stayed downtown. Today, it's more than 30%. The historic Riverside Hotel was once the only accommodation downtown, but now there are many others on the way. We anxiously await the completion of the Whitfield Las Olas' first luxury boutique hotel. Tourists are not just coming for the beach anymore. They're coming for the energy and the vibe that makes Fort Lauderdale feel alive, both day and at night. Culture is a driving force in the new downtown. The Museum of Discovery and Science is recognized as the best children's museum in the nation and is home to the first holographic theater on the East Coast. The Broward Center. We all know the Broward Center, right? The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is frequently a first stop for many top-tier Broadway shows. And the NSU Art Museum makes the news for great exhibits and a strong collection of its own. Did you know that philanthropists Pearl and Stanley Goodman gifted the museum their extremely large collection of Latin American art? Hey, the museum is now the only one in Florida with a self-portrait of Frida Kahlo. We're very blessed and very pleased that they made that donation. How many of you have been to the art museum? Shame on you. Go there. We all know that Heisinger Park has been under construction for a while, but it will soon reopen. It's the crown jewel of our Riverwalk and the biggest investment in public space that our downtown has seen in decades. It will be a signature gathering place, a green heart for the leisure, wellness, and dining and civic life here in our community. So what's not to love? Downtown is also fast becoming a foodie destination. In the last 2.5 years, more than 50 new restaurants, 50 new restaurants have opened downtown, ranging from the elevated dining concepts like Timber, Earl's, and 60 Vines, to popular neighborhood spots like the Fitz and Mr. 01 Extraordinary Pizza. Have you been there? It's extraordinary, right? James Beard, semifinalist Timon Balou, is the chef behind the Catherine. Heritage was awarded Michelin's Bib Gourmand distinction, with Daniel's Steakhouse also being recommended by the guide. The downtown renaissance is also powered by jobs. Half of the downtown jobs are in high-wage sectors like finance, law, tech, and healthcare. That's a higher concentration than Tampa, Nashville, and Austin. Yes, we sit at the heart of the Wall Street of the South. With Brightline uniting South Florida, Port Everglades shipping to the world, and Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport just minutes away, we are connected globally. Recent data shows that the downtown is pumping out $43 billion in economic impact every single year. Amazing. How many Super Bowls is that? That's more than either the port or the airport. Downtown Fort Lauderdale is the undeniable economic engine for Broward County. And get this, downtown's transformation is not over yet. Just up the road, as Heinz Fat Village project begins to open late next year, it will become a hub of food, art, and technology with more than 180,000 square feet of creative office space, 850 residential units, curated retail space, entertainment venues, and immersive art galleries. The Tarpon River Entertainment and Design District, home to River Lofts and the future Raintree and Nautica developments, is reshaping the south side of downtown with new homes, new businesses, and new energy. Internationally known builders are placing their faith in downtown's future with bold projects. Let me give you an example. The Andare, which was designed by the Italian Pininfarina architectural firm, will open in 2027, right here on Las Olas Boulevard by the tunnel. Aimco's mixed-use project of housing, retail, and office will soon begin rolling out where the old Searstown property used to be. And there are plans for 2 twin tower projects, the Umbel and the Viceroy, that will bring a new level of ultra-luxury living in the area. It is a very exciting time. Rounding it all out is our new City Hall. Built on the site of its 1960s predecessor that was lost during the 2023 floods, a new building will bring together city services and reflect the city moving forward with confidence in embracing its destiny. I want to see, and I'm sure everyone in this community would like to see, an iconic centerpiece that encapsulates the new downtown and the new reality that we are now all experiencing here in Fort Lauderdale. But what's happening downtown is only part of the story. Our beachfront and Barrier Island continue to be reshaped with a focus on being upscale, family-friendly, and globally competitive. The city's commitment begins where the people gather. The A1A Streetscape project is finished. That was more than new pavement and landscaping. The project was about creating a front porch for our city, a safer, more beautiful, and welcoming experience for pedestrians, cyclists, and families who call our beach their own. Oceanside Park has emerged as a cultural anchor. From the Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival to Friday night sound waves, from weekend farmer markets to family movie nights, under the stars, this space is alive with activity. It is proof that we create places for community, and the community shows up. Nearby, the DC Alexander Park has reopened with an ocean overlook, a playground, and improved lighting. It's a new place for families to gather. What a difference our beach has become. A revamped and expanded Las Olas Marina, right there by the bridge, built at a cost of $130 million. All private investment is now accepting vessels. What was once a parking lot along the Intracoastal Waterway has been dredged and transformed into a world-class marina. With 7,000 linear feet of dockage and the capability of handling super yachts, it helps solve a regional shortage and secures our status as the yachting capital of the world. Right? Have you all been to Ocean Prime? Right there? I haven't. But Ocean Prime anchors the retail space and will generate an annual economic impact of almost $200 million for the entire marina. The Fort Lauderdale Aquatic Center, less than 3 years after its reopening, is back at the center of international swimming and diving. You all need to go out there. It's an amazing facility. This spring, during the TYR Pro Swim Series, 3 world records were set by American legends Katie Ledecky and Gretchen Walsh. I was there to witness it. It was amazing. Yeah, these ladies. And let me tell you, they love our pools. They say they're fast pools, and we're happy to help them out. These achievements brought prestige, and the total number of world record swims at our aquatic complex is now up to 13. A remarkable testament to this facility's history and rebirth. So congratulations to these athletes and the future athletes that we are going to train and be Olympic swimmers. So the next phase of our improvements at the Aquatic Center will include a rebuilt International Swimming Hall of Fame, an aquarium, and other amenities to complement our acclaimed dive tower and the new pools. The iShaw facelift will ensure the facility is not just a sports venue, but a destination. Alongside our public investments, private partners are stepping up with transformational projects. Let me give you an example. Just down the street from the Aquatic Center is the Bahia Mar. A $2 billion redevelopment is underway to turn the site to complete the transformation of our beach into what has been described as the Monaco of the West. When complete, Bahia Mar will feature a premier 5-star luxury resort hotel called the St. Regis, along with luxury residences, unique dining, and a revitalized marina. Plus, the plan ensures the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show will continue to thrive at its historic home right there in Fort Lauderdale Beach. Yes. But let's not forget, the City Commission worked hard to get a good deal for the city with the Bahia Mar developers. And I'm very proud to say that this commission has been able to achieve a lot of things that, many, many years ago we never thought was possible. And here we are enjoying the results and the success of this commission. The prior commission wanted to add more apartment buildings, and we were unsure of what was going to happen with the boat show. But fortunately, we worked with the developers, we worked with their investors, and today we're going to have an unbelievable success story in the next 2 to 3 years. Pier 66, down there on 17th Street Causeway, we thought was a goner. After the flood and so many different storms that hit it, we never thought we'd be able to reclaim this really historic property back into our fold. But it has now been reopened, it has been restored, and is now an icon in our skyline. Right? I want to thank Tavistock for having the faith and commitment in our community. It's a 32-acre resort featuring 325 hotel rooms, 90 luxury residences, a world-class spa, and 164-slip marina, and a complete renovation of the famous rotating lounge on top. Have you been there yet? Yeah. You need to go. It's amazing. We also have the Dunes Fort Lauderdale, which is going to be opening also on Fort Lauderdale Beach right near the Aquatic Center. It's our first autograph collection hotel and has already broken ground. It promises to be another star in our hospitality portfolio. Look at this, amazing. Fusing contemporary design with the energy of our shoreline. And then the recently announced Riva Residence on Harbor Drive. This is going to be developed in conjunction with the Italian boat manufacturer Riva, and it will be the world's first luxury yacht-branded residential development. Amazing that they're bringing that to our city. So not to be outdone by the downtown, the beach has also expanded its offerings for those who are in search of a quality dining experience. This includes the city's first Michelin star restaurant in Broward County. The chef's counter inside the Four Seasons Moss, and when the Pier 66 development is complete, it will feature 12 dining options. Imagine, 12 dining. You'll never want to leave the place. These investments strengthen our economy and balance what Fort Lauderdale has always been, a welcoming seaside resort destination. With our new status as a resilient, sophisticated, world-class city, each step reinforces our identity as a city that does not just settle for mediocrity, but instead aims for excellence. From families gathered at Oceanside Park and yachts docking at Las Olas Marina to athletes shattering records at the Aquatic Center and couples enjoying cocktails at Pier 66, this is no longer a dream. It is happening, and it is a reality. And we should be very proud of the community that came together to make this happen. So I applaud this city, its neighbors, and this commission who has worked hand in hand with the private sector to make all of this happen. The sweeping new tableaus of downtown and the beach are particularly a credit to the vision and decades of you residents and business leaders who looked to the future and determined that we had no place to go but to reach for the stars. Remember our friend Peter Feldman looking at a windswept, threadbare Flagler Village decades ago and foreseeing where we are today? The vision set over the years was important to the city overall. It served to protect our city family neighborhoods, our intense focus on making sure that these developments were family friendly and that we were going to ensure that we had a successful urban core. The Renaissance also could not be possible without the city's steadfast focus on fundamental principles, a solid infrastructure, good public safety, abundant parks and amenities, and a strong economy. When we talk about infrastructure, we are not talking about pipes, pumps, and pavements in the abstract. We are talking about families and neighborhoods that no longer flood after summer storms. We are talking about clean water flowing reliably to homes and businesses. We are talking about a city ready for tomorrow, not just reacting to yesterday. Infrastructure is the quiet promise of government. You don't see it every day, but you rely on it every hour. And tonight, I want to share how we are keeping that promise. We all remember April 2023. Streets became rivers, homes were damaged, and our resiliency was truly tested. Out of that hardship came determination. That's why we launched Fortify Lauderdale and was fast-tracking projects all across the city. When the first and second phases are complete, we'll have invested more than $1.6 billion into our underground infrastructure. Yeah, $1.6 billion. It's not cheap, but it's absolutely necessary. In the Doors neighborhood alone, we laid 30,000 feet of stormwater pipe, installed 330 drainage structures, and rebuilt 81,000 square yards of swales, finishing the job ahead of schedule and under budget. In Dorsey Riverbend, the work is almost complete with 21,000 feet of pipe, 90 drainage structures, and a new pump station. Edgewood and River Oaks, more resilient than ever. We've added 828 drainage structures, 52,000 feet of new pipe, and 5,500 feet of repaired pipe. We even rebuilt 84,500 square yards of swales, and we backed it all up with 3 new pump stations. You can't have growth unless you prepare for it. We also didn't stop there. We restored the Osceola Creek, clearing debris, reinforcing banks, dredging channels, removing invasive plants, and improving water flow from the southwest 32nd Place to Marina Mile. In Progresso Village, just further north, $39 million in improvements are underway, 14,000 feet of pipe, 78 drainage structures, another pump station. Next year, we'll break ground on work in Victoria Park, Melrose Manors, and Riverland. This is not one neighborhood at a time. This is a citywide strategy. Now, phase 2 in Fort Lauderdale will be covering 17 neighborhoods in conceptual design. I know all these numbers kind of like making you dizzy, but it goes to show you what an effort we are making as your city government to respond to the needs of our community. We are sequencing the work so that every neighborhood is going to see work being done simultaneously. Expanding our fleet of jet vac trucks, adding staff, implementing a robust inspection program so our system is always ready for the next storm. Our residents will see benefits directly in their pocketbooks because these improvements, Fort Lauderdale will apply to FEMA for an additional 10% discount on flood insurance premiums. And we all know how important that is, trying to reduce our insurance premiums. $88 million in federal disaster recovery fund. Isn't that great? Yeah. This money will help us repair homes, mitigate flood risks, restore infrastructure, expand services, and strengthen our resiliency. It's also going to help us build our new City Hall, which also suffered as a result of that flood. Beneath our streets runs another critical system. Hey, our sewers. Sewers are something that are often ignored until something goes wrong, right? But in Fort Lauderdale, we are continuing to turn attention into action. We conducted smoke testing and manhole inspections citywide to reduce inflow and infiltration. We completed the first phase of the 54-inch effluent force main rehabilitation from the Lomar treatment plant to the injection wells. And we finished work on the Northeast 25th Avenue, Northeast 38th Street, and the 19th Avenue force mains. I know those sound kind of like boring, but let me tell you, when you go to flush your toilet, you're going to wish we did that. Construction is underway on new mains along Southeast 9th and 10th Avenues, also serving the Lomar treatment plant. Next year, we'll secure a dedicated contract for emergency sewer line repairs, so when problems do arise, we can move even faster than we have in the past. And soon, we'll complete phase 2 of the Tarpon River A11 Basin, the rehabilitation project, which is more evidence that every corner of our system is getting attention. Perhaps the most exciting milestone is in our water treatment system, the ongoing construction of the Prospect Lake Clean Water Center. Look at that. That is almost complete and is to be set in operation at the end of next year. It will produce it's like a city unto its own. It will produce 50 million gallons of clean, clear, no longer yellow, clear water, okay? We heard, we listened, we're making it happen. It too was built through a public-private partnership and is designed to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. No one wants to be left without water during a hurricane. And it replaces the outdated 5-ash water treatment plant, and we're very, very pleased that this will come online by the end of next year. So alongside this, we're rolling out 65,000 new smart water meters, right? So anyone get a spike in their water bill? Yeah, me too. These new smart water meters, these devices, they let residents monitor usage online, and they receive leak alerts and prevent high bills before they arrive. Transparency and technology delivered straight to your home. We also completed water system mapping project, fulfilling the last major requirement of a consent order that we have with the state regulators. This gives our crews the ability to quickly locate and isolate mains during emergencies, saving time, money, and water. Fort Lauderdale, as we all know, is renowned for its waterways, and we are putting an emphasis on their protection. So for the first time ever, we appointed a Chief Waterway Officer, Marco Aguilera. He brings experience, who brings in background in compliance, enforcement, and environmental protection. Why didn't we do that sooner? Our waterways is our lifeblood. We've also appointed a new Public Works Director, Brad Kane, to advance our infrastructure plans and implement critical stormwater response. So welcome to the team, Marco and Brad. We thank you for your service. So next year, we're going to partner with Coastal Conservation of Florida to cultivate oysters in the New River. We've been listening. Natural water filters that improve quality and biodiversity. We'll also expand waterway testing to 5 new sites using molecular source tracking to pinpoint bacteria sources. We also created a new marine facilities fund that will ensure public boat ramps and marinas are clean and well maintained. We're taking other steps to protect the environment, such as we've adopted a new net zero plan, charting how to cut emissions with solar energy, EV chargers, and alternative transportation. We're completing an urban forestry master plan, right? Finally, expanding the canopy to cool our streets and clean our air. These steps protect our homes. They are investments in our family's health. These are commitments to fairness, because whether you live in River Oaks, Victoria Park, Progresso Village, or Durs, you deserve the same security against floods, the same clean water, and the same reliable services. And think for a moment, businesses look for things like this. They look for cities that are investing in their infrastructure, investing in their communities, and investing in families. And they see a city that's prepared for growth. Residents see a city that doesn't just talk about resilience, but it delivers it. But you know what? Our work is still not done. As we face global climate change, more extreme weather, and sea level rise, it's paramount to maintain this priority on investing in infrastructure. Every mile of pipe, every drainage of infrastructure, every pump station must work when called upon. And that means inspections, maintenance, and community input are as vital as the construction itself. So when we talk about the future of Fort Lauderdale, we are talking about how we move, how we get to work, to school, to our beach, to businesses, and to each other. We are investing more than ever before to fix our roads and our sidewalks, improve traffic flow, expand transit options, and make our city safer for everyone, whether they are walking, biking, or driving. So for the next year, we budget $8.6 million to repair roads and install and upgrade sidewalks. That's nearly double what we spent in the budget the year before, and we also are leveraging $27.9 million from an upcoming infrastructure bond issue to make further enhancements to roads and sidewalks, right? And we're seeing it citywide. On Northeast 4th Avenue, our Complete Streets program is adding wider sidewalks, new lighting, and trees, making the corridors safer for pedestrians while giving the area more of a neighborhood feel. On Breakers Avenue, finally, with $3.8 million in grants from the state and the county, we will construct a climate-resilient, walkable corridor with landscaping and pedestrian lighting, something we've long since been looking for, and finally it's happening. So with all the construction on 17th Street, you ask, how are we going to be able to travel there, right? Well, fortunately, we've worked with the county, and we now can expect a bypass road that will soon be completed through the port. Yes. So if you're getting off your cruise ship and you're going to your port or you're going to the convention center, you don't have to go on 17th Street anymore. That'll take an awful lot of traffic off that street as an alternative route from the southern parts of Federal Highway now through the port onto the Barrier Island. This way, visitors who arrive will no longer have to suffer through the traffic, and the people that live here will no longer have to deal with the excess vehicular traffic that we often experience. On Andrews Avenue, between Sunrise and Oakland Park Boulevards, we are advancing a corridor improvement plan that with the county that will bring landscape medians and safer crossings. From Riverland Road to Northeast 15th Avenue, we're listening to neighbors, walking the streets, talking with HOA leaders, and turning feedback into safer, calmer roadways. But let's face it, we know that our city cannot rely on vehicular traffic alone. That's why we've expanded the Circuit Shuttle program into the Northwest, reaching neighborhoods like Rock Island, Golden Heights, Lauderdale Manors, and Dillard Park, right? Ridership has grown dramatically, proof that when we provide affordable, reliable alternatives, people do use them. Make sure you get the app. That's where you're going to get service right to your door. The biggest decision ahead of us in transportation remains with the commuter rail plan from Miami to West Palm Beach, and it's crossing over the New River in our downtown. You might have heard about this thing called the tunnel. So let me be absolutely clear about this. Fort Lauderdale is the only option to cross the New River. And I'm hearing it even from representatives from the county who come to me at meetings and events and they say, stick with it. We cannot have a bridge across the New River. We need to have a tunnel. Because as you know, and as I've pointed out in the past, a bridge would do awful things to our city. They'd be, even the construction of the bridge would take 4 to 6 years, impeding traffic flow on the river all during that time. We would lose our upriver marine industry. It would also divide neighborhoods. It would also create an unfortunate imposition in our downtown, especially those buildings that are built right along the tracks. You'd be waving to passengers in the train cars as you're brushing your teeth going to bed. This is not the experience we want in downtown Fort Lauderdale. But in the past year, we've learned the designs presented to us so far regarding the bridge not only has flaws, but they just don't work. And we've now hired consultants. We had an industry day a number of weeks ago in which over a dozen engineers and contracting firms appeared and wanted to partake in the effort to move forward on tunnel construction and design. We even met with the folks who built the tunnel in Miami called Meridian, the corporate team that delivered the Port of Miami tunnel ahead of schedule and under budget in the hopes that they may make a proposal for the tunnel here. So when I said more than a dozen, I really meant more than 60. 60 participants in the international construction firms and to gauge their interest in participating in building a tunnel. As a result, receiving not only interest worldwide, but like I said, we're finally being able to talk to the county, talk to the state, and including the federal government, and collaborating on what we could be is probably the most visible success story here in our city. So Fort Lauderdale is a city that's looking for the future. And on the new river crossing, we cannot compromise because the decision there will impact generations to come. So let's continue to move forward and make sure that we succeed in our endeavor. In general, road work is important, but so is transportation technology. We continue to partner with the regional, state, and federal agencies to find ways to reduce traffic congestion. We're working with Broward County to modernize our traffic signals. Wouldn't it be nice if they were synchronized, right? Already, new adaptive signal technology is running on Federal Highway from Broward Boulevard to Southeast 30th Street. More corridors, including Sunrise, A1A, and Southeast 17th Street, are next in line. This with completion expected by the end of this year. I'll believe it when I see it, right? This technology responds in real time to traffic flow, and it's a project that the county pledged to undertake a number of years ago, reducing backups and cutting down on idling. Add this to the county's retiming of signals along key corridors, and we are seeing real progress towards smoother commutes. So traffic in our city doesn't just depend on roads, it depends on bridges. On the Southeast 17th Street Bridge, we are working with the Coast Guard to test a new schedule that eliminates 2 openings during the morning and during afternoon peak commuter hours. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah. So that study's underway, and if successful, it will push to make it permanent. That will help reduce the amount of traffic that we suffer through when that bridge is up. Meanwhile, the South Ocean Drive bridge replacement was completed earlier this year, and there'll be more neighborhood bridge replacements to come. So a truly livable city is one where kids can walk to school safely, where seniors can cross the street without fear, and where tourists can explore without fear of being hit. You got it. That's why we're updating our Vision Zero plan and finalizing our sidewalk master plan. Once the Commission approves the master plan this fall, we'll begin building those projects neighborhood by neighborhood across the city. But we already started moving forward. The state and the county have agreed on new pedestrian crosswalks that are warranted on A1A, Broward Boulevard, Federal Highway, and Andrews Avenue. We may not be able to paint them yet. Keep your ears open. We secured a grant for mobility improvements in South Middle River and Northeast 15th Avenue and Poinsettia Heights and Lake Ridge. We've entered into an agreement for similar improvements on Southeast and Southwest 17th Street between Southwest 9th Avenue and Federal Highway in Croissant Park and Poinciana Park. Did I say that right, Roundy? Croissant? Through the Urban Core Master Plan, we are reimagining downtown so that residents and visitors can move around more freely without a car. Yes, we are improving our traffic and transportation system to keep pace with growth and meet our future needs. So now I want to talk about something that touches just about every one of us in our public safety. Public safety is critical to what a community is, whether it's walking to school, heading downtown, for dinner, for having a quiet weekend at home, or boating on the New River. Public safety is central to who we are and what makes us up as a city. And I'm proud to say Fort Lauderdale is making real progress. Our overall crime rate has been on the decline. This didn't just happen by accident. It happened because our police force has been relentless. Let's hear it for our police department. I don't know where he's sitting, but I'd like to recognize our police chief, Bill Schultz. Bill, where are you? Bill, stand up, please. And our fire chief, where's Steve? Where are you? Steve Golan, right here. To assist our police department, we've created a specialized gun intelligence unit that is cracking down on violent crime, speeding up investigations, and pulling dangerous weapons off the street. We expanded the shot spotter technology. Anybody knows what that is? We can hear a gunshot miles away, and when we respond, and we're able to do real-time investigation. We expanded shot spotter technology, which now covers 7 square miles from downtown throughout Sailboat Bend and into the northwest neighborhoods. That means when a gun is fired, we know thousands of shell casings are being recovered yearly. More arrests are being made. And let's not forget, our police are keeping our waterways safe too. But before I talk about our waterways, I'm going to talk about a quick success story. Many of you may have heard about a young boy, 3 years old, who was shot and killed randomly last year. And I want to just say one thing. Through our community, through our partners, and with our police department, we were finally able to find the culprits who were involved in that killing. So thank you. Regarding our waterways, just this summer, our Marine unit partnered with the Coast Guard for Operation Risky Business. In 2 days, they boarded 111 boats, shut down 9 illegal charters, stopped 7 unsafe voyages, and issued more than 100 citations. That's accountability in action. Thank you. And this commission is making sure that police officers have all the tools they need to help keep us safe. This year, we are investing $1.6 million in new equipment and technology, including CCTV cameras and vehicle stop barriers to use in high-traffic areas like Himmershey, Las Olas Boulevard, and Sistrunk Corridor. These improvements will help protect both residents and visitors where our city is most vibrant. We're also expanding our approach to crisis intervention. When officers respond to certain calls today, they don't go alone. They are joined by licensed behavioral therapists. Already, this partnership has de-escalated more than 65 incidents. That's compassion working hand in hand with enforcement. And because our children deserve the safest routes to school, we are launching a pilot program to place cameras in school zones. Those who speed and endanger our youth will be held accountable. Yeah. And did you know, next year, Fort Lauderdale is going to open a new police headquarters? Yes, finally. There it is. We've all been frustrated by the delays caused by contractor errors, and we are making sure those responsible bear the costs. But what matters most is what's ahead. The new station will house more than 700 sworn and civilian personnel. It will feature state-of-the-art technology, training rooms, community meeting spaces, an evidence warehouse, and firearm training facilities. It's designed to be more than a place that houses our law enforcement operations. It will be a place where residents and police can work together, build trust, and keep Fort Lauderdale safe. And as part of safety, let's talk about homelessness. Homelessness remains one of our greatest challenges facing our community. It is complex, it is human, and it requires us to be both compassionate and firm. But we also will not tolerate conduct that harms our community. In the past year, our efforts have sheltered more than 80 people, helped 18 secure housing, and reunited 41 individuals with their families. Police outreach officers alone have facilitated 34 unifications. These are more than just statistics. These are people. These are people whose lives are being changed. And tonight I want to welcome 3 such success stories: Jakari Burgess, Tyson Sherrill, and Sean Gannon. Gentlemen, please come up on stage. I'm honored to recognize Mr. Burgess, a United States Air Force veteran who experienced homelessness for nearly a decade. Come on up, gentlemen. He came through our community court program, entered recovery housing at Fellowship Recovery, and with determination and support, regained his driver's license, achieved stability, and is now more than 5 months in recovery. Want to say a few words?
How you doing tonight? I just want to thank God and the community and Fellowship for this chance, a life-changing opportunity. Thank you.
And thank you for your service. I also want to celebrate Tyson Sherrill, who for years lived unhoused before finding his way to community court. With trust built through repeated visits, Tyson accepted support, entered Fellowship Recovery, and has since turned his life around. Today, he is working as a technician at Comcast, volunteering in our community, and even helped drive the Rotary Connection bus to assist others in need. Tyson, we applaud your resilience and your commitment in giving back. Want to say a few words?
All right, thank you all for you continuously doing outreach with everyone, and I am grateful that I was able to run this community court, met with Maria and her staff, and it got me connected with Rick Riccardi, as well as Sarah Barkley, Fellowship Recovery Center. I'm certainly grateful for that. Thank you.
And finally, I want to recognize Sean Gannon, who returned to Fort Lauderdale from Jamaica this year with nothing more than the clothes on his back. After struggling on our streets, Sean found his way to community court, where the support of peer specialists from Fellowship gave him hope and a path forward. Today, he is more than 120 days sober, working full-time and driving the Rotary Connection bus to help others on their journey. Sean, we are proud of your strength and recovery. Want to say a few words?
Thank you. I'd like to just say thank you to Fellowship for helping me, and just that's it.
Thank you, gentlemen. You can be seated. Thank you, gentlemen. Enforcement is also a necessary component of our efforts. In the past year, our officers issued 137 notices to appear. Unlike an arrest, an NTA directs an individual to community court, where they can face accountability while also being connected to services that can change their lives. And here are 3 shining examples of just that. So beginning October 1st, which is this week, we are making a significant expansion of our homelessness response, increasing our staffing, our enforcement, our outreach to make a difference in our community. 7 new positions are being added, bringing our team to 20 full-time employees focused solely on this issue. So thank you, Raquel, for finding it in our budget. We are reorganizing this team into 3 pillars: street engagement, intensive outreach, and program services. On the streets, our police department, homeless outreach team, and new park rangers will ensure that ordinances are upheld while offering immediate help to those willing to accept it. Our intensive outreach team, made up of our fire rescue staff, our nurse practitioners, behavior health experts, and case managers, will address root causes like mental health, substance abuse, and medical needs. And our program services team will coordinate every step so people don't fall through the cracks. This is about building a system that is smarter, stronger, and more compassionate. One that reduces repeated police calls, cuts down on hospital visits, eases burdens on neighborhoods and businesses, and most importantly, helps people find stability and hope, right? So public safety also means providing quality fire rescue services in the community. This past year, we hired 28 additional firefighters through the FEMA grant. That allowed us to expand staffing on 6 additional medical rescue units. These 3-person teams meet national standards and ensure we can better respond when emergencies strike. Our mobile integrated health program continues to grow, becoming one of the most comprehensive nurse-led prevention programs in the region. During the past year, over 500 residents received services through the services offered by this program. It expands fire rescue's role beyond emergency calls. They now help prevent crises before they happen, whether it's connecting homeless residents to care, helping seniors prevent falls, or even assisting those at risk of an overdose. I already introduced Chief Golan, but I think he should stand up again. You look good in uniform, by the way. And we're strengthening the infrastructure that our firefighters need to serve our city. We are handling nearly 10,000 more calls. 10,000 more calls than 5 years ago. That's why we budgeted for new fire stations, one off of Las Olas Boulevard and one off of South Federal Highway. We opened a temporary fire station 13, while a new hurricane-rated station is being rebuilt on Birch State Park. We're also looking at plans for a new ocean rescue headquarters and a new fire station in Holiday Park. We are investing millions of dollars to modernize our fleet. Just this fall, a brand new specialized aircraft rescue firefighting truck and a new regional hazmat truck will be put into service. This is what progress looks like. Smarter policing, a compassionate but firm approach to homelessness, stronger fire rescue services, investments in facilities and equipment that will better protect our community. It's amazing, and I want to thank our city staff for being so collaborative and being able to make all this work together. This is the renaissance of Fort Lauderdale. And that includes our parks and recreation system. We have made tremendous improvements and more are on the way. Let's begin with one of the most exciting achievements, the opening of a pickleball complex at the Snyder Park. This $30 million facility is unlike anything else in the country. It was built through a public-private partnership that has required no city tax dollars. Owned by the city, it features 43 courts, seating for 2,000 fans, a lakefront beach, a restaurant, and indoor-outdoor event space. In just the first year, we expect more than 500,000 visitors, making it both a destination for residents and a driver of tourism. And the Fort, as it is called, already made national headlines. Its first major tournament, the Humana APP Fort Lauderdale Open, was broadcast on CBS Sports Network. Next month, it will host the Pickleball World Cup with competitors from 65 countries. As a growing sport, the Fort will serve as a training center for future champions, attract world-class events, and generate thousands of hotel room nights. This is what happens when a city builds partnership that delivers results. Pickleball continues to be the fastest growing sport in America, but in Fort Lauderdale, we aren't forgetting about the activities that have been part of our community for generations. We're revitalizing our legacy in tennis with the help of a $1.5 million gift from the Orange Bowl. Thank you, former Mayor Seiler. The city partnered with the United States Tennis Association to transfer the Jimmy Everett Tennis Center. These upgrades provide pristine clay courts year-round. It will bring the facility up to international standards. We can once again attract top-tier tournaments to our city. The Orange Bowl International Tennis Championships will now call Fort Lauderdale its permanent home. And beyond that, we will see quarterly tournaments, clinics, events that inspire young athletes and engage the community. There will be future champions that will start here as little kids and grow into future champions in that sport. Also, for too long, downtown Fort Lauderdale has lacked a community center focused on fitness and well-being. And that's going to change. That's going to change with the groundbreaking of a second YMCA later this year, right here in Holiday Park at the end of the street here. This follows on the heels of a new Y we built in Sistrunk Boulevard 7 years ago, which has been an amazing community center for the Northwest. When the new YMCA opens in 2027, this two-story facility will feature a 6-lane swimming pool, a fitness center, and programs for centers. The city contributed $2 million in parks bond towards the funding of this project, towards the pool's construction, ensuring that this dream will become a reality. The Y will serve more than 25,000 children and families. But this project is also about health. That's why Broward Health is joining with the Y, and they will construct an emergency medical center right inside the complex. It'll have 12 treatment rooms, diagnostic imaging, and lab services. The center will reduce wait times at already crowded emergency rooms at our hospitals while promoting wellness programs for the community. This is innovation at its best, combining fitness, wellness, and healthcare under one roof. So as you walk out the front door, what do you see? The War Memorial Auditorium and the Baptist Health Iceplex, right? We had a sneak peek last year at the when we had the State of the City address inside the War Memorial, and what a year it's been since. At the Iceplex, families are constantly using the rinks. They are at emo night, skate to alt rock hits, and learn to curl groups. Oh my God, I didn't even know they existed. And just for those kids and families that just come to skate, it's an amazing experience. We heard those who said, who skates in Fort Lauderdale? This is a tropical setting. Well, you can't even get in the front door some weekends. It's so popular. We see summer camps happening with young kids. It's an amazing family-oriented, family-friendly opportunity for everyone. So, hey, and what's so important about that? Because it also allows us to, yeah, right? Stanley Cup, yay! Are we going to see a three-peat? Yeah. So War Memorial has once again become a great venue for entertainment. When it opened up, Melissa Etheridge was the first concert. Next month, we're going to have Shabuzi and AFI. Yay, Shabuzi. And I want to, frankly, come on. This would not happen. This would not happen without the generosity of the Florida Panthers for their tremendous investment in our community. I want to thank the ownership, the team members, the staff, everybody who contribute to the success of this undertaking, as we see right outside our front door. It's a true public-private partnership that works. Another one. And to top it off, we did see that by winning the Stanley Cup, it has made Fort Lauderdale a hockey town. Yes, we are. All right, so big projects like what are happening at the Fort, the YMCA, and the Iceplex, they make news, but just as important are the park improvements that are happening in our neighborhoods. We reopened the Dottie Mancini Park. Yes. We secured land for the Bell Harbor neighborhood. We just did the ribbon cutting this past weekend. We settled a dispute with Inter-Miami soccer team that clears the way for a new park and a community center right next to the Chase Stadium. Through our voter-approved parks bond program, we've completed projects across the city this past year, from Twin Lakes to Riverside, from Tarpon Cove to Hort Park. And we're not slowing down. In the year ahead, work will begin at Croissant, Florinata, Harbordale, Lake Estates, and the Palmier Village parks. Because recreation today also means connectivity. So we're installing Wi-Fi in all those community centers so that students can study and families can stay connected while enjoying these facilities. So when you step back and look at what's happening, you see a city investing in quality of life. A pickleball complex drawing the world's best, a tennis center preparing for new generations, a YMCA that doubles as a wellness hub, and neighborhood parks that give every resident a place to relax and children a place to play. The future of recreation in Fort Lauderdale is brighter than ever. So over the past year, our city has also made great strides in growing our economic base, in case you haven't noticed. The planned movie and video production is progressing with construction designs now filed with our development review team. This 60-acre project that was first envisioned by Infinite Reality will be Napster's global headquarters and the site for a major immersive media operation. The project reclaims an old environmental Superfund site and will feature 100,000 square feet of production studios, corporate Class A office space, retail, and workforce training programs. With an anticipated 1,000 new jobs, this will make South Florida a major player in the business of the next generation immersive media, AI, and e-commerce. Our tourism base will soon receive a critical boost when Broward County opens the expanded convention center and the new 801-room Omni Hotel. Amazing. I hope you go down there to take a look at it. Convention business declined substantially in recent decades, especially during COVID. And event planners turned to larger facilities that offered on-site accommodations. We just didn't cut it. Now we will be competitive again in attracting these national and international events that bring thousands of attendees to our beach. Next year, the city will move forward with the consideration of an important upgrade to its executive airport, one of the top five busiest general aviation airports in the country. We are exploring an extension of its main 6,000-foot runway by 1,000 feet so the airport keeps pace with trends in general aviation and continues to play a vital role in our community. Even beyond these big initiatives and programs that the city is looking forward to, we are finding ways to make daily life better for those who live and work here. We are aggressively looking for ways to make housing more affordable. Let me give you some examples. Mount Herman Housing, the Gallery at Fat Village, and the Adderley have all opened, thanks in large part to money from the city's redevelopment programs, and more projects are in the pipeline. But as far as affordable housing is concerned, Fort Lauderdale is making it an imperative for those who live and work here. We started an I Am Sistrunk branding campaign to unify and uplift the Sistrunk corridor. We created a Teachers of the Year program to honor the hardworking people who educate our children at each of the schools in our community. We are adding more art in public spaces through a generous grant from the James Laird Estate. The first piece of the seashell sculpture in the Lower Ward Park on Las Olas was an amazing contribution to our downtown. Soon you'll see an artistic FTL sculpture placed at the end of A1A on Las Olas. It is sure to become a favorite photo for tourists and locals alike. We are starting a municipal affordability program. What is that? Setting aside money to assist financially burdened households with paying for water, sewer, and sanitation services. This will allow low-income families in need to maintain uninterrupted access to essential services. So tonight, as we review what we've accomplished, I want us to take a look ahead. I want us to take that look with confidence and with pride. Think about it. We are transforming neighborhoods that were once ravaged by flooding. We're building upscale marinas. World-class tennis and pickleball centers are making the community safer. We've reimagined our downtown, upgraded the beach, and are improving parks in every corner of the city. And we've done this together. Every new pipe, every new playground, every new job reflects the work of people who believe in Fort Lauderdale and who are willing to invest in its future. This is a city with a vision for a better future and the capacity to make it happen. We don't back down from challenges, and we make sure that our sights are high. So let's take pride in the amazing community that we have, diverse in its population, cosmopolitan in its culture, welcoming to the world a resiliency and strength that is unparalleled. Our children will grow up in a city with cleaner waterways, safer streets, and more opportunities than ever before. Our families will enjoy vibrant neighborhoods and abundant options for leisure and fun, and our businesses will thrive with expanded economic opportunities. Let's keep showing the world what our community can accomplish, because the state of our city is not only strong, it's unstoppable. Let us think about that.
Fort Lauderdale has always been a city in motion.
Engineering our future.
Always ready.
Always prepared.
From our beaches to our boulevards, we're always moving, always growing, always reaching.
Building a vibrant community.
We are a community that never settles, constantly evolving, creating, innovating.
Designing spaces to thrive.
Dedicated to protecting and serving.
And we're doing it all together.
Shaping the Fort Lauderdale of tomorrow.
We're building a bolder, brighter future. We are FTL.
Thank you, Fort Lauderdale. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Thank you, my colleagues on the commission. Thank you, our senior staff. Thank you, neighbors. Let's make Fort Lauderdale shine, and God bless America. Thank you, everybody.